Okay, so for this part, we'll talk about triads. Triads get used a lot in worship playing. It's a real generic way to kind of play a lead line, but it also kind of carries a lot of body to the songs. You're kind of, again, feeling that world of rhythm and lead. So to come up with a triad, start with the fretboard. Again, I'm in the key of B, so I'm K.4. So I'm playing G shapes instead of B shapes. You can, for triads, it doesn't matter where you're capoed, but if you're capoed, just remember where you need to flip to for triads, because you don't want to capo 4 and play G shapes and then all of a sudden like flip to a C and now it's just super sour and everyone's looking at you like, what in the world did he just play? So for triads, when you're capoed, just kind of keep that in mind, where you need to jump to for the triad. But the basic triad starts off like this. If I'm playing G shapes here, so for the key of B, you'd want to put your pinky on the 1, so here's a B, and then you would want to put your ring finger on the F sharp, which goes here. So this is the 5 of the chords, and then you will put your index finger on the B. So B, F sharp, B. So and once you have found it, you can just kind of hang on it, so you can do the. But you also want to add in some movement as well, so don't just hang on the B. So you can alternate by sliding your pinky 1 fret down. So if here's the 1, here's the 7, and then you can flip back to the 1. So that sounds like. So that's a great way to kind of break up that chord as well. And then you can also kind of throw in a little bit of U2 style. They'll do a triad, and then they'll take off their ring finger and they'll flatten these 2 strings with their index finger. So something like. And a good example of where that gets used is Here For You on Rock Harbor 15. The big epic guitar breakdown towards the end of the song. Trevor is hanging on a triad and he's alternating between. And then for the lead part, for what I'm playing, I'm just hanging on, I'm alternating between the 1 and the 7. So it's just. So when you end up putting those together, they sound really epic and huge, but it's a great way to play the triad. You could do the flat, you could slide down to the 7, and then you just need to figure out where you can make those changes in a song throughout a certain chord progression to kind of figure out what works and what doesn't, because you always can't do the changes, so you really need to know where to make the changes. That's really important, because if you make the wrong change on the wrong chord, it's going to sound real sour. So practice it. You can play along with some songs at home. Find out what key it's in, and then just kind of play some triads, do some moving around. Try capoing, where you can play a lot of open strings. That's a great way to kind of come up with your own lead parts, so you could play stuff like that. So it's real movie, real washy, but it sounds great and just adds really good texture to a song.